She was singing a sound so powerful that entranced him every time in forgetting what he was doing, what he was thinking, what he was feeling. He became a prisoner to her touch, to her soft kisses, and to the beckoning of her glance. He lay silently in a trance as she moved and experimented with his. Intrigued? Interested? Tune in to Desperation on Adult Bedtime Stories for the Creative Soul. Ah, it's the last day of February, so let's turn up the heat, shall we? Are you ready? Welcome, Creative Souls, to Adult Bedtime Stories. I am your host, Kamani. We have a short story that will be read tonight that I know you'll love. So grab your favorite drink, snuggle in your comfy blanket, and enjoy the show. So let's jump in. Did you see the candles I lit for you? Did you walk past the table with seafood and gumbo that was fit for a king and not assume it would be for you? Jackson, I love you. Don't you know? He looked at her, and for a moment, he forgot about all the dreams he had over the last year. He forgot about the visions of her sprawled out on the bed as he came to her waiting, watching, and anticipating the sensation of energy flowing in the room. He tried to close his eyes and see her hands on his back, massaging the tension from his long day in the grueling sun. But he abruptly awoke to her singing a song so sweet, so sensual, that it caused pain and pleasure to rise to the surface. She was singing a sound so powerful that entranced him every time in forgetting what he was doing, what he was thinking, what he was feeling. He became a prisoner to her touch, to her soft kisses, and to the beckoning of her glance. He lay silently in a trance as she moved and experimented with his aura, causing him distress and despair. He screamed quietly as she continued to cipher his very essence in a glass jar not far from his grip. Oh, he tried, but he could not move it. He could not knock it over. He could not dispose of its presence, for he was wrapped in a cocoon in a dark place not far from the bed. She slowly hummed as she stirred her pot with her finger. She took her finger and put it to her mouth slowly and smiled as she looked at him. She looked at him as she continued to prepare the dessert. Then she released him from his frozen space and guided him to the table to begin his meal. He could not break free as his body moved without his control. He screamed on the inside as she began her routine, speaking to others at the table, smiling, laughing. For a moment, he believed he could break free, but as the guests took the top off the meal, he felt his body rise to take a look at what was inside the pot. His eyes widened as they began to pass it out to everyone. His eyes watched as his bowl was filled, and his hand brought the spoon to his mouth. But all he could remember was the sound of the spoon clattering against the tabletop. He collapsed on the floor and he cried forcefully with such happiness as he was released from her grips. For now. So there you go. That was a snippet from Desperation by myself, Kamani Roby. If you like what you heard and you want to continue experiencing adult bedtime stories for the creative soul, become a supporter today. Go to anchor.fm/adult bedtime stories for the creative soul /support. If you want more information, the details will also be in the show notes. And thank you for tuning in to the Adult Listening Party, where we experience engaging short story samples, spicy poems, and inspiration. Your imagination depends on it. And for the adult creative soul, anyone who wants to express their creative genius in writing, there's a website just for you. You can click on bit.ly/adult creative soul. That's bit.ly/adult creative soul. And the link will be in the show notes as well, where you can see the creative juices flowing with blogs and stories for your delight. Also, we have a email address for you as well. That is going to be adultbedtimestories@gmail.com. And remember, we are PG-13 adult family, so set the temperature to cold, warm, or hot. Definitely throw in some spice, but please keep it tasteful. And send in your poems or short story excerpts to be broadcast on the show weekly. You can send that to adultcreativesoul@gmail.com, and that is ADULTCreativesoul@gmail.com. Quick commercial housekeeping for you. For those of you who are on their individual health walk and you would like to get real time information on the foods that you eat and know and love, as well as be in sync to a space where we address all concerns, ideals, and all things health related, tune in to Love Your Health. This is the perfect place to come together and bounce ideals. You can actually check the show out on anchor.fm/love your health. There are different avenues for you as well. You can check us out on Radio Public as well as Spotify or iTunes. Love your health. And if you want more information, go to the website. That is bit.ly/love health now, bit.ly/LOVEHEALTHNOW. Also, Simple Delish has an upcoming new product that you are sure to love. Ready for curly, bouncy, shiny hair? Try Restoring Hair Serum from Simple Delish, coming soon. Visit bit.ly/all natural products for more information. Now, for all my adult creative souls, just a thought for you. The most talented, thought-provoking, game-changing people are never normal. And that is by Richard Branson. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there, create, and create. And again, create your own reality. Nothing can stop you. And we want to give you your own space to continue to allow creative freedom to flow. This is your space, your opportunity to grow and shine. Without you, there would be no adult creative soul. So thank you for tuning in the last day of February as we turn up the heat and we walk into March. And tune in again to Adult Creative Soul, bedtime stories for the adult creative soul. Have a great rest of your night. Until next time.